everyone, and welcome to tonight's South Central Conference opener for the Nekoosa Papermakers. Ready for the kickoff. Here's the kick. It's a squib kick. We're underway. Picked up at the 25-yard line. Brought straight upfield to the 30. The Papermakers will take over 1st and 10. Papermakers go on offense against the Lodi Blue Devils. Quarterback tonight for Nekoosa will be Doug Kirst. He'll be joined in the backfield by Matt Goodness and Jared Arndt and number 22 Luke Frisch. The snap, here's to give to Arndt up the middle. He's going to pick up about 2.5 yards.
Arndt, the ball carrier, pick up of about 3 on the play.
Lodi won the toss and deferred to the second half. Papermakers chose to receive. As we mentioned, it's the South Central Conference opener for both teams. Double wing formation, man in motion. That's Frisch. He's got the ball. He's going for the end. He makes the end and picks up just short of first down yardage. Gets out past the 40-yard line. It'll be 3rd and short. They spot the ball and give them first down yardage. 1st and 10 Papermakers. Papermakers come out in their double wing formation. Don Voigt's the center. Here comes Frisch in motion again. Kirst is back to pass, and he's sacked immediately. Blue Devil defense, led by Joe Carls, pours through the offensive line. Gets Kirst before he can set up, and he's sacked for a loss of about 5 yards. 2nd and 15. Wishbone backfield. It's a handoff straight ahead to Frisch again. He's going to pick up about 1 yard. Third down and 14. Two tight end formation for the Papermakers. Now 2 wideouts to the bottom of the field. Kirst is back to pass. Throws incomplete between 2 receivers. That was Frisch and Goodness out there. He threw the ball between them. Incomplete. 4th down now. Punting situation. Back to receive for Lodi will be number 20, Jacob Saplina. And it looks like number 25, Alan Clemens. Here's a snap. Frisch avoids the rush and gets the punt off. Comes down to Clemens at the 22-yard line, or he's brought down almost immediately by number 87 for Nekoosa. Dan DeMars on the tackle.
Down to the 23-yard line. Dan DeMars in on the tackle.
1st and 10 Blue Devils. They'll be led tonight by their quarterback, Kyle Mack. Their tailback will be number 9, Andy Reese. Their fullback will be number 6, Mike Steffenhagen. Andy Reese is their go-to back. He has over 500 yards in 2 games this year. They send Siegler to the near side of the field and a receiver to the far side. Instead, here's a handoff to Andy Reese. Off the left side of the line, he gets up to the 25-yard line. It's a short gain. It'll be 2nd down and about 7 yards to go.
On the play by Ben DeWittler.
Here comes Siegler to the near side. Looks like Jason Mayer to the far side of the field as a split end. I backfield. Here's penalty flags. going to be against Lodi, apparently. They're talking to the paper makers. We assume a 5-yarder. Moves the ball back to the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and about 13 yards to go. 2 wide outs to the far side of the field for the Blue Devils. Here's a quick pass out to number 82. That's Jason Mays. He picks up about 6 or 7. It'll be third down now in medium yardage. Two wide outs to the far side against this. It's going to be a handoff. He's going to be stopped short of a first down. That's Andy Reese with the ball. Lodi comes into the game tonight 2-0 and early in the season. Paper makers are looking for their first win. It's going to be an apparent punting situation now. Luke Frisch will be back about the 31-yard line awaiting the punt. End over end punt comes down to Frisch. He fumbles it at the 36. Picks it up and heads upfield. Gets to the 41-yard line where he's brought down. Handling the punting duties tonight for Lodi will be their quarterback, Kyle Mack. Blue Devils fail to get a first down on their first possession. Paper makers take over. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They come out with 2 receivers to the far side of the field. They'll be Frisch and Goodness. Lone back in the backfield is Jared Arndt. Quarterback's back to pass. Throws it over the head of Matt Zawislin. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. There's a pitch back to Frisch. He's going to be dropped. They had him in the backfield. He squirms away. He picks up about 2 yards, but he's still going to be short of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down and long now. Like most teams that play Nekoosa, the Lodi will stack the box against the paper makers and go to stop the run. Paper makers like to pound it inside. There's a handoff again to number 42, Jared Arndt. He's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. He might pick up a yard. It'll be a 4th down in a kicking situation for the paper makers. 7:28 to go in the first quarter. Neither team has a first down yet. Paper makers had a first down on their second play. The only first down of the game. Back to receive this kick at the 30-yard line will be Jacob Saplina. Frisch takes a high snap. He's got pressure. Now he's going to have to run with it. Gets a good block. He's got a first down. Crosses the 50-yard line down to the 43 in Lodi territory. 1st and 10. Lodi had good pressure on that play. Frisch couldn't get the kickoff. He had to run for his life. Picks up good yardage on the scramble down into Lodi territory at the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 for the paper makers. In the game now for the paper makers is number 25, Matt Tuttle. Comes out as a wing to the near side. Goes in motion. Here's a handoff to 31. That's Matt Goodness. Gets down near the 40-yard line and picks up about 2 yards. 2nd down and 8. 2 first downs for the Papermakers tonight. It's a man in motion. Here's a pitch out coming this way to Jared Arndt. Little misdirection. He gets down inside the 40. It's going to be 3rd down now and about 6 yards to go.
I'll bring up the 3rd and 6 for the Papermakers.
Dandy Mars is in the game now. He goes to the far side of the field as a tight end. Chris Smith is a tight end to the near side. Quarterback's back to pass. Oh, he had a man open. He had Dandy Mars open down around the 20-yard line and threw it just out of his reach. Incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down now and 6 yards to go. Just inside the 40-yard line of Lodi. The Blue Devils will send Saplina and Clemens back to field this punt by Frisch. Frisch will be kicking from near the 50-yard line. Return men are down inside the 10. This time he gets a nice kickoff, turns it over, lands inside the 5 and rolls sideways. It'll be down by the Papermakers at the 3-yard line. Nice kick by Luke Frisch. He got it to turn over. Hit the ground, bounced at a 90-degree angle. He couldn't ask for a better kick. Blue Devils take over at their own 3-yard line, 1st and 10. David Gustafson comes up to the ball. He's a center for Lodi. Max under him. Here's a handoff. They try the middle of the line. They get out past the 5. Pick up of close to 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6. 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter here from Nekoosa. 0-0 tie. 2 wideouts again for Lodi. I backfield. Here's the give to the deep back. Gets out to the 15-yard line. That should be good for a 1st down. That was Andy Reese, I believe.
Stop on the play by Lechner.
Reese has 503 yards on 43 carries this year in 2 games for a gaudy 11.7 yards per carry average. This time they send 2 wideouts to the near side. It's another handoff to Andy Reese again. He's going to pick up a couple of yards. 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Ball's at the 17-yard line in Blue Devil territory. Here comes Siegler to the near side of the field. Number 82, Mays, goes to the far side as a wideout. It's a handoff to Reese again. He's caught in the backfield and brought down by Jesse Kauf, number 55, the middle linebacker. He's going to lose yardage. It's going to be 3rd down and 9. Papermakers have done a good job of holding Andy Reese in check early in the game. Siegler and Tanner go to the far side as outs. It's that quick pass to Tanner again. He's going to be brought down short of the 20-yard line. Another 3 and out. Papermaker defense playing tough early in the game. 4th down and a long 6. Luke Frisch is coming down to receive the punt by Kyle Mack. Mack is their quarterback and their punter. Frisch is inside the 45. Mack gets an end-over-end kickoff, comes down to Frisch at the 45. Heads to the near side of the field, then changes direction. Gets about 1 or 2 yards. He's brought down by number 53 for the Blue Devils, Brad Patrick. Papermakers take over in good field position at the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Doug Kurse comes up to the ball. Don Voigt's the center. Single wing. That's Goodness. Here's a handoff. There's a fumble, but I think the whistle blew. Lodi pretty much sent everybody on that play. Kurse barely had time to hand off the ball before him and the ball carrier were both swamped under by Lodi defenders. Big loss on the play of about 7 yards. Papermakers got to try to keep that Lodi defense out of the backfield, but they're putting 7, 8, 9 guys in the box. Seven guys in the box this time. Kurse is back to pass, throws it out. It's complete to Jared Arndt. We'll see if it's called a fumble or not. There's no signal yet. Yes, they say fumbled the ball on the tackle. Lodi takes over. That pass was completed near 1st down yardage. Receiver lost the ball on the tackle. Lodi gets the first break of the game. They take over at the Papermaker 46-yard line. By far their best field possession of the night. 1st and 10 for Kyle Mack and the Blue Devils. Reese is the deep back. Stephen Hagen's the fullback. Hand off to Reese. He's got room off tackle. There's a flag on the play. He'll go all the way, pretty much untouched. There's another flag. If it stands, it's a 47-yard touchdown run on it after a turnover by the Papermakers. There's 2 flags on the play. We'll see what the call is. First flag's down at the 46-yard line. Second flag's down inside the 10. They're talking to the Papermakers. They might dodge a bullet here. Reese had a huge hole off the right tackle. Ran untouched into the end zone for 47 yards, but they're talking to the Papermakers, and they're going to bring this one back. Papers dodge a bullet. First play following a Papermaker fumble. Instead of 1st and 10 now, it's going to be 1st and 20, I imagine. They're going to accept the hold against the Blue Devils, which was the second penalty, I think, and they're going to decline the clipping penalty that was called against them. That was the second penalty, I'm sure, the clipping, but they take the holding penalty instead. Now it's 1st and 20. Hand off to Reese again. He's got another big hole. Brought down by Frisch near the 50-yard line. Going to pick up about 6 or 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 14. Siegler to the near side. I think that's Tanner to the far side. Max back to pass. He's got pressure. He's going to be hit and drop down for no gain. It might have been 58 on the tackle for the Papermakers. I'm not sure. Three Papermakers over there near the far sideline. 3rd down and 14. Ball just shy of the 50-yard line. Just over a minute left to go in the first quarter. We have a scoreless tie at Holland Field. Mays is split to the near side. Andy Reese, he's going to be dropped for about a 1-yard gain. It's going to be a 4th down from the 50-yard line. Papermakers hold again. Costly penalty on that first play after the turnover if you're a Blue Devil fan. We got Matt Goodness back to receive the kick this time. It's an end-over-ender away from Goodness. He's going to let it bounce. It's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Papermakers will take over 1st and 10 at their 20-yard line. If you're not going to field the ball, you have to get away from it. You don't want an inopportune bounce to hit you. Then it's a live ball. Goodness fouled that one into the end zone. Papermakers take over 1st and 10. 38 seconds left to go in the quarter. One wide receiver to the near side of the field for Nekoosa. That's DeMars. Here's a handoff. Here's a flag. That's in the area of holding. Maybe a face mask. We'll see. Talking to Lodi, it's going to be against Nekoosa. Probably a hold.
Against the Papermakers.
They'll put the ball back at about the 10-yard line. Oh, it's only a 5-yarder for illegal motion. It's not a hold. So it's going to be 1st and 15 now from the 15-yard line. Double wing with a single back. Here comes Frisch in motion. Going to hand off to Frisch. He's trying to get the end. It's going to get hit by Andy Sorensen, number 7, and brought down. He's going to pick up not bad yardage. He's going to get almost 6 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 9 yards to go now. Frisch gives the Papermakers a little bit of speed on the corner. Curse back the pass. In and out of the hands of Dan DeMars. He had a 1st down if he could have hung on to it. He was at about the 31-yard line. Well, it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 now. That'll be the end of the quarter. Score 0-0 from Holland Field. Papermakers playing the Blue Devils. Even up for the first 12 minutes. Lodi finished 2nd last year in the South Central Conference. They were tied with Boston with a 4-2 record. They finished 7-3 overall after losing in the first round of the WIAA playoffs. They returned 18 seniors on their team this year. Andy Reese is their main returner. He rushed for 2,027 yards last year on 242 carries for an 8.4 average, and he had 20 touchdowns. He's got 6 touchdowns so far this year and over 500 yards rushing. Papermakers have pretty much held him in check so far for the first quarter of this game. Okay, we're ready to start the 2nd quarter. We'll see if the Papermakers can keep it up. Third down and 9. Ball's at the 21-yard line. They need to get to the 30-yard line for a 1st down. DeMars is a tight end to the near side of the field. Here comes a man in motion. That's Arndt. Here's Kirst. Complete, should be a first down. Complete to DeMars at the 30-yard line. That should be a first down. We'll see if they want to measure. No, they give him the first down. 1st and 10, Papermakers. Nice pass from Kirsta DeMars. Nekoosa's playing with some fire tonight. DeMars comes out of the game. So Whistling's going to come as a split end to the near side of the field. Chris Smith is in as a tight end. Here's a handoff. Looks like Jared Arndt. He's going to be stopped for a loss on the play. As Lodi continues to stuff the box and play the Papermakers to run between the tackles. That's pretty much the book on Nekoosa, I think, if you're a team that's going to play them. So far, the Papermakers have taken advantage of that with some passing and some Luke Frisch runs around the end. It's a handoff again. I believe that's Arndt. He fights his way forward, but he's only going to get to about the 40-yard line.
Matt Goodman from out there for a short team, stopped on the play by Joe Moon.
Third and 11. Here comes Goodness in motion. Curses back to pass. He's got pressure now. He's scrambling. Throws the ball. Complete. Pass is complete to Dan DeMars. DeMars had 4 catches for 62 yards last week against Holman. He's got a couple tonight. They're still going to be short of a first down, but they get the ball out to the 38-yard line. It'll be 4th and 3.
Luke Frisch in the ball game to punt. Back to receive.
Saplina and Clemens are back to receive this Luke Frisch punt. He got a nice one off last time. Gets a pretty good one off this time over the head of both return men. Bounces inside the 20 and it'll be down at about the 16. Lodi takes over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. Papermaker defense comes on the field and tries to contain Andy Reese and this high-powered Lodi offense. They're averaging over 45 points a game so far. Tanner's a split into the near side, Siegler's to the far side. There goes Reese. He's in the open. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. Untouched down the sideline. From the 16-yard line, an 84-yard touchdown run by Andy Reese. 84-yard touchdown at the 9:16 mark in the second quarter. Papermaker's been hurt by big plays all year this year. Reese got that, he hasn't been getting anything up the middle, but he's been getting some yardage around the ends and off tackle tonight. Here's the extra point attempt. Falls down, it's a fake. Complete and dropped in the end zone. Looks like number 85 was the intended receiver on that play. That'd be Adam Nolden. So 6-0 now in favor of the Blue Devils. 9:16 left to go till half. Arndt and Goodness back at the 10-yard line.
Back
Kicking off for the Blue Devils will be number 51, Corey Lochner.
Will be Corey Lochner.
Here's Lochner's kick. It's going to be short, heading for the out-of-bounds marker. Picked up by Arndt, and he steps out of bounds at the 27 or 8 yard line. Papermakers take over there, 1st and 10.
Papermakers 27-yard line.
I don't think we haven't seen too much of Jacob Saplina tonight. Timeout on the field. We mentioned it's the opening weekend of South Central Conference action. Everybody's playing a conference game tonight except Mauston. They're playing tomorrow against Elkhorn, a team from down around Janesville, Lake Geneva area. Adams Friendship is at Westfield tonight, and Wisconsin Dells is at Poynette tonight. They're the defending conference champions. Papermakers travel to Mauston next Friday. That's a foe we're all familiar with. First and 10, Nekoosa. Ball's at the 26 yard line. They trail by 6. It's like Zawislin, number 80. They spread to the near side of the field, but they hand off up the middle instead. Pick up at just over a yard for the Papermakers. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Looked like maybe Goodness that time. For Frisch. Another short gain. 3rd down and 8 now. So Whistling comes out of the game. Double wing, one back. Man in motion. Instead curses back the pass, swings one out to Frisch. He's hit immediately and dropped for a loss on the play by number 8 for the Blue Devils. That would be Josh Brewer. Punting situation, 4th down. 4th down and about 13 yards to go. That sends Saplina back, along with number 25. To the near side of the field. Clemens. Frisch gets a good snap, gets the punt off, heads for the sideline. It's going to be out of bounds. He was hurried a little bit on that. Lodi will take over with pretty good field position. See where they spot the ball. It's going to be in Nekoosa territory. It looks like at the 49 yard line. 1st and 10, Lodi.
1st and 10 at the 49 yard line of the Papermakers.
Matt comes up to the ball. He's under Gustafson. Hands off to the fullback that time. I think that's Stephen Hagen, number 6. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5. Moves the ball down to the 45 yard line. Mays to the near side. Siegler to the far side. There's a handoff to Reese again. He gets through the line. Tears off a big chunk of yardage. Down inside the 35. He's quick. He don't need much of a hole to scoot through either. One of the better running backs in the state. Another 1st and 10. It's a 5'9", 175-pounder. I formation, 2 wideouts. Simon's going to be Mack back to pass. He's got time. It's caught. Caught in the 5-yard line by Siegler. Down at the 5-yard line. Pretty good coverage by the Papermakers on that play, but Siegler went up in the air and pulled it down. 1st and goal. Max, a 61% passer this year. There's a handoff to the fullback, Stephen Hagen. He's going to be stopped short. It'll be 2nd and goal. Mack is 11 for 18 for 138 yards this year. He's got a 12.5-yard completion average. He's only thrown 1 pick in his first 2 games. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Tanner comes out to the near side of the field. It's a handoff to Reese. He's going to be stopped for no gain. Submarined on that play. Got a man down on the field injured. Timeout on the field, 6 minutes left in the half. Papermakers trail in this game 6-0, but Lodi is threatening with 3rd and goal at about the 3-yard line. We can't see the player's number. Number 77, it looks like. That would be their left guard, Patrick Detmer. Leaves the field under his own power with a little bit of help. So we have a new left guard in the game now. 3rd and goal. Looks like number 51 in there now at guard, Lochner. No signal yet. It's going to be 4th and goal, looks like. Papermakers stiffen up inside the 5-yard line. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line. This will be huge if the Papers can hold them out. Andy Reese and company. They're going to go for it naturally. With their running game, they think they can make 1 yard. See if they hand off to the fullback. No, it goes to Reese. He spins in for a touchdown. A 1-yard run by Reese. With 5:14 left to go till half. Pair of touchdowns by Andy Reese tonight. That gives them 8 for the year. They had to work for that one, though. They're going to go for 2 again. They got 1 split end out here. That's Tanner, I believe. There's a flag on the play. Max looking for him. Nice defense by Dan DeMars to knock the ball down. Incomplete. We'll see what the flag is.
Max. Point after attempt was broken up by Dan DeMars. Where's the flag on the play?
I think it's going to be against Lodi. They're walking off the field. I would imagine they'll decline it. Illegal motion declined, so the score remains Lodi Blue Devils 12, the Nekoosa Papermakers nothing. We haven't seen a lot of extra points on our two Nekoosa games this year. I don't know if we've seen any. Goodness is on the far side of the field at about the 15-yard line. Jared Arntz in the same position on the near side. Lochner, the kid who came in, the young man who came in at left guard, will be kicking off. Papermakers have 5:14 in the first half to get something going. Here's another onside kick. Papermakers, it's anybody's ball, fouled on by Lodi. They're going to have the ball, but there's a penalty flag. Papermakers had a chance to recover that ball, but Lodi fell on it. I was just about to say that Lochner hasn't really had a decent kickoff all night, and then they try the onside kick. I didn't see the sign on that play. I think they touched it before it went 10 yards, though. I was looking at something else. I only got one set of eyes. That must be what the call was. They touched the ball before it went 10 yards. So the Papermakers get it at the Lodi 49. And it looks like they're going to have to call a timeout. Had some confusion on defense. So Lodi calls a timeout. A little bit of trickery there by the Blue Devils late here in the second quarter. Backfires on them. Papermakers get the ball in good field position. They've had the ball in good field possession a couple times tonight, but they haven't been able to get a sustained drive going. Lodi stuffed them up pretty well inside. They lead 12-0. They're averaging 48.5 points a game so far this year, and they're only giving up 10, so it's a 38.5 point differential per game. They lead here by 12. 1st and 10 when we get back to action. DeMars is split to the near side of the field at the 50-yard line. Kirst takes the snap. He's back to pass. Lost one downfield deep. Intended for Frisch. Incomplete. Incidental contact between Frisch and Alan Clemens on that play. So it'll be 2nd and 10. Single wing, 2 tight ends, the wing's in motion. Nice pass, complete for a 1st down from Kirst to DeMars. That's good for a 1st down inside the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. You give Doug Kirst time, he's a pretty accurate passer. He's got a big target in Dan DeMars, well over 6 feet, 6'6", 190 pounds. He got good size. Wishbone formation. Hand off to 22 Frisch. He's going to pick up about, looks like 3.
play.
Second down and about 8 yards to go. They gave him 2 yards. DeMars is split to the near side this time. Another wishbone backfield. It's a handoff to Goodness. He's hit immediately in the backfield, but he squirms ahead for about a yard, yard and a half. He's inside the 35, or right at the 35, I should say. Third down and 6. So Wilson's in the game now for Smith. Frisch and Goodness are split to the far side of the field. 2 tight ends with 1 running back. Curse is back to pass. He's rolling out. He's looking. Throws back across the middle, intended for Goodness. DeMars was also there, but I think was intended for Goodness. Falls incomplete. So it's going to be a 4th down now for Nekoosa. There's 3:21 left till half. They're at the 35-yard line. There was a penalty flag on the play I didn't see. It's going to be a big one. It's going to move the ball down deep inside Blue Devil territory. It's like a roughing the passer call, I believe. First and 10 Papermakers at the 20-yard line now. DeMars is split to the near side of the field. It's going to be against Nekoosa, I think. I'm going to move the ball back. False starter, illegal motion. Makes it 1st and 15 now from the 25. That was a roughing the passer call, that 15-yarder. 2 wideouts to the bottom of the screen. Caught by DeMars. He's in for a touchdown. First to DeMars. A 25-yard strike. That's a way to come back from a 5-yard penalty. Papermakers cut the lead to 6. Kirst is what, 6'2", DeMars is 6'6". Caught the ball in coverage and got in the end zone. Zach Kaiser's going to try the extra point. It's good. 3:14 left to go till half. The Papermakers pull within 5. Score is now 12-7. Papermakers were helped by a 15-yard roughing the passer call on that play. Nekoosa's not got much going on the ground, especially up the middle, so they're going through the air, picking up some good yardage. DeMars has got at least 4 catches tonight. He's a big target. 12-7 with 3:14. Now we got to stop a long run back here. We'll see who the Blue Devils put back to field this kick. It's been Clemens and Saplina usually tonight, but they're going to set Andy Reese back there now. We'll see if the Papermakers kick away from him. Reese and Saplina. back inside the 15-yard line. Zach Kaiser is going to kick off. Reese is on the far side. I'm sure they'll try to get him the ball. Right down the middle. Saplina muffs it. He's down. His knee touched when he went to pick up the ball. He mishandled the kick. Beautiful kick by Kaiser. Drove Saplina back to the 10-yard line where he fumbled the kick. And when he went to pick it up, his knee touched. They're inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. 1st and 10. Papermakers have shown a good kicking game tonight between Kaiser and Frisch. There's a wide out. Instead they're going to hand off to 6, was that? The fullback? I guess PA announcer says it was number 9, Andy Reese. He's only going to pick up about 2.5 or 3 yards. We'll call it 2nd down and 7. Two wide outs this time again. Reese is deep in the backfield. Reese gets the ball off tackle. He's going to get stopped short of the 15. He's picked up some big yardage on that play a couple times tonight, but they stuff him on that one. 2nd down and 5. Whistle on the field. Timeout's called by Nekoosa. Just over 2 minutes left till half. They trail by 5, 12-7. Papermakers giving the Blue Devils all they can handle tonight so far. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Big 3rd down for Nekoosa. If they can hold them here to less than 5 yards, they get the ball back. Other than one big gainer, an 86-yard touchdown by Reese, they've done a good job of holding him in check. 84-yard touchdown. That was at 9:16 in the 2nd quarter. Tanner and Siegler are in the game as your wide receivers. Mack, Reese, and Steffenhagen in the backfield. There's a handoff to Reese. He's going to get stopped for little or no gain, and that was number 55, 54. I'm not sure who that was on the tackle, but it was only a 1-yard gain, so it's 4th and 4. It's a punting situation. There's a kick off the side of his foot. It's going to bounce out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Papermakers got great field position. I wish I knew who that was that made that tackle for Nekoosa on that play. That was a great play.
50 or 59.
Yeah, I'm not sure which. It was either Arndt or Lechner. Great play, though. 1st and 10. First back to pass. He's got time. Now he's got to run. Oh, there's a late hit. No flag, though. He's going to lose about 3 yards on the play. 2nd down and 13 from just outside the 45 at the 46. Two tight ends with a wing back to the far side. That's goodness. First back to pass again. He's got time. He's complete to Frisch. Frisch has got some room. He's going to be close to a first down. He's going to be just shy, I think. 50 seconds left. They're going to stop the clock. Timeout by Nekoosa. Third and a long one. Little flare pass in the flat to Frisch. He picked up some nice yardage. He picked up over 10 yards. Papermakers open it up in the second quarter here late. They're giving Kerr some time. Papermakers got Lodi a little bit on their heels here. It'd be nice if they could score with under a minute left. They pretty much have come out, put 7, 8 men in the box and dared Nekoosa to throw the ball, and that's what they've been doing. Double wing, man in motion. First back to pass. Scott gets it off. Incomplete to DeMars. In and out of his hands. That was good for a first down if he could have hung on. So it's going to be 4th and 1 now. Looks like they're going to punt. Try to pin them inside their 10-yard line. Flag's down. It's going for the sideline. Into the end zone for a touchback, but there's a flag on the play.
There's a penalty on the play.
It's going to be against Nekoosa. It'll probably be declined, and they'll take the ball at the 20-yard line. Against Nekoosa, I think that's an illegal shift.
Play is Joe Kesnick from Wisconsin Rapids. Joe, if you're here, you can pick up that flag up at the concession stand. Congratulations.
Illegal motion, actually, that call is. 2 hands is an illegal shift. 40 seconds left till half. 2 wideouts. Siegler and Tanner. Here's a handoff to Reese. He fumbles the ball. Papermakers think they have it. They do. The ball stripped away by a Papermaker. Big play by the Papermakers. Nekoosa's playing an excellent game tonight. Somebody reached in there with their hand and just tore that ball right out of Reese's arms. Papermakers got a 1st and 10 now with 33 seconds left till half. They're inside the Blue Devil 30. Man in motion. Here's Kurz back to pass again. Gets one off. Almost picked off by number 25. In and out of his hands. That was Alan Clemens, the defender on that play. 2nd down and 10. They got a little bit of pressure on DeMars that time. DeMars is, they had pressure on Kurz that time. DeMars is split. Here's a handoff to Goodness. He's going to be stopped at the 30 for a loss on the play. Third down and about 12. Here's Kirst back to pass. He's going to run. He's still on his feet, and he's down inside the 15-yard line with 1 second left. They're going to have to get a playoff in 1 second. They'll stop the clock till they move the chains. That's halftime. They couldn't get the playoff in 1 second. I think if they had 2 seconds, they might have got it off, but they only had 1 second. Excellent first half here from Nekoosa. The score is Lodi 12, Nekoosa 7 on all the scoring has been in the second quarter. We'll be back with the second half of the game in a couple of seconds. Stay tuned. If it's as exciting as the first half, it'll be well worth it. Half of our game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. If you just tuned in, it's a 12-7 score in favor of the Lodi Blue Devils. All the scoring in the second quarter tonight. Papermakers will be kicking off to start the third quarter. Lodi will be receiving and moving from our left to our right. Andy Reese is on the near side of the field to receive this kick, and Jacob Saplin is on the far side. It's going to come down to an up man at about the 15-yard line. That's number 6, the fullback, Stephen Hagen. He's going to get out past the 25. Blue Devils take over there, 1st and 10.
Lodi will take over 1st and 10. He's stopped on the play by J.D.
Papermaker defense had a good first half. They got burned on one play. That was about it. Tanner's your wide out to the near side. Siegler, I believe, is to the far side. Instead, they're going to hand off to Reese. He tries the middle of the line, gets nothing. Tries to run down the line and get around that end, but he's stuffed for little or no gain. Second down and 10. Ball's inside the 30-yard line. This time Mays is in the game to the near side of the field as a wide receiver. There's a handoff to Reese. He gets tripped up. One man tripped him up. He'll have enough for a first down. Kind of a draw play there by the quarterback. First and 10 at the 38-yard line. Kyle Mack takes a snap and pitches out to Reese. He's met and hammered by Jesse Cole. He's not going to get anything. 207-pound linebacker. Jesse Kauth is. They give him about a foot on the play. We'll still call it second down and 10. Sigler and Mays, your two wide receivers. Stephen Hagen and Reese in the backfield behind Mack. It's a man in motion. It's a handoff to Reese. He doesn't get anything. He gets nothing. They sent Joe Carls in motion that time. Tried to get a little extra blocking out there in front of Reese, but he's stuffed. Third down and 9. Nose of the ball is right on the 40-yard line. Third and long. Big opening series. There's Mack back to pass. He's looking for Carls. Incomplete. Defense provided by Doug Kirst. The pass was intended for Joe Carls. Tight end. It's a punting situation for Lodi. Papermakers hold him to 3 and out. That's going to put Matt Goodness back to receive this kick. Kyle Mack's their quarterback. timeout on the field. Mac will be, they got to move it up, there you go, to where it should be. Mac is their quarterback. He's also their punter. They have tried an onside kick tonight. They might want to watch him before the night's over. He's going to kick this one, though. It's going to be, Goodness is going to let it bounce. He's going to fall on it at the 15-yard line. Papermakers will take over 1st and 10. Mac takes quite a few steps before he gets that ball off. He takes about a 3-step approach before he punts. Papermakers hold them to 3 and out. They take over 1st and 10 early in the 3rd quarter. They trail by 5, 7-12. Kirst hands off straight ahead. That's a 1st down, I believe. Nice run by Jared Arndt. One of the few times they busted one up the middle tonight. The quick hitter. 10-yard gain, 1st and 10. They move the ball out to the 26-yard line. Chris Smith comes in the game with a play. He replaces Ben Zawислin, Dandy Mars, and I think Frisch are split to the near side of the field. Kurt's going back to pass right away. Incomplete. Number 25 on that play. Clemens had inside position on DeMars. And Kurt's pass went to the inside. Incomplete. If he could have got that over DeMars' left shoulder, that would have been a big gainer, I think. 2nd and 10. Man in motion, that's Goodness. Quarterback's back to pass again, caught by Frisch. They get about 4 yards. He's brought down by Stephen Hagen. Stephen Hagen, I think, has got a pick this year. Got a return for a touchdown, I think, last week. It's a 3rd down and a long 5 now for Nekoosa. Ball's right on the 30-yard line. Goodness split out to the far side of the field. Kurst back to pass again. It's caught by Goodness. He's got a 1st down, eludes a man. Nice run by Matt Goodness. He's down near the 50-yard line. Missed tackle by the Lodi defender. And another 1st down for the Papermakers. Continue to move the ball through the air. Ball's on the 47-yard line now, 1st and 10. Jared Arndt comes out of the game. New man in the backfield. It's another pass. He said as he lets the ball go, the receiver falls down. That was DeMars, the intended receiver. He fell down, lost his footing. They had number 75 in as a back that time on that play. Seth Sweeney had him in as a blocking back, it looked like. Arndt's back in the game now. 2nd down and 10. We got it. There's a handoff straight up the middle to Arndt. He's going to pick out about 4 or 5. That's what a successful passing game will do for you. They can't stick 7 or 8 guys within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage when you start passing on them. That opens up the ground game. A couple of nice gainers on the ground in this drive for Nekoosa. 3rd down and 6. The ball is in Lodi territory at the 49-yard line. Kurst back to pass. Now he's going to run. Stiff arms the guy. He's still on his feet. He's going to be stopped short of a 1st down. They'll bring up a 4th down and about 4 yards to go now. Ball at the 46. That'll bring on Luke Frisch to punt, I would imagine. We got Saplina and Clemens back to field this kick. Frisch will get this kick off from about the 40-yard line. Spiral this time, short kick. It'll be down by Nekoosa at the 24-yard line. Not one of Luke's better kicks tonight. But they still have Lodi deep in their own territory at the 24-yard line. 20, what's inside the 25, I'm sorry. It's about the 23-yard line. Yeah, about 23. What'd I say, 24 before? 23-yard line, 1st and 10. There's a flag. We'll see if Lodi moved first, or if Nekoosa was in the neutral zone. It looks like it's going to be 5 against Lodi. They're walking back. Yes, it is. They'll make it a 1st and 15. Offside.
Offside, Lodi will make the 1st one.
Dead ball foul. Ball's inside the 20 now at the 19. Two wide outs again. Siegler and Mays. Max back to pass. Looking for Mays. Incomplete. Not even close. Good defense provided by Doug Kirst. Other than that one long pass play down inside the 5-yard line, that was more or less a jump ball. Papermakers have defended well in the secondary tonight. They've done a good job of bottling up Andy Reese other than that one play. This time Siegler and Tanner are both split to the far side of the field. It's that little quick pass he likes to throw. In and out of the hands of Tanner. And he's knocked down by DeMars. 3rd and 15. Flag or whistles on the play. Little time stoppage now. We're back in play again. Here's a handoff to Reese. Little quick draw. He's snuffed by 2 Papermakers at the line of scrimmage. Kulf is one of them. 4th down and 15. Papermakers stop him again. Mack, the punter, is going to get this one off. He kicks away from Goodness. Bounces at the 40. Picked up by Goodness at the 35. He heads back upfield. He's to midfield. And he's inside Blue Devil territory at about the 45-yard line. Good field position. Papermakers take over 1st and 10. Papermaker defense continues to shine tonight. They're down by less than a touchdown in the 3rd quarter. 12-5 is your score. Couple of runs by Andy Reese and a pass from Kirsta DeMars for the Papermakers. That's our scoring. DeMars and Frisch come to the near side split. Kirst going to hand off to Arndt. He's going to pick up about a yard, it looks like. He's 2nd down and 9.
Pick up of about 1 on the play.
Tight formation, 2 tight ends and a wing back on the far side. That's Goodness, and he comes in motion. They're going to hand off instead to, I think, Arndt. He's going to get down inside the 40. Third down and about 4. Goodness and Frisch. Arndt in motion. Curse back the pass. Wants to throw a screen. He wanted to throw that ball to Arndt, but Arndt wasn't. Arndt was running a different pattern, I think. That's a big loss on the play. Almost looked like they were trying to throw a little screen pass on that play, but the receivers were on a different page, I think. Anyway, it's 4th down now and 20 yards to go, or 18 yards. So Frisch is going to be punting to Saplina and Clemens. Paper's got too many guys on the field. Now they get him off. Nice kick this time. That baby turns over. That's going to bounce. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, they say it does. That ball's not in the end zone now, but it must have bounced in and came out. That was a 50, well, about a 53-yard punt from the line of scrimmage. Beautiful punt by Luke Frisch. I've seen him kick kicks like that in practice. Nice leg strength. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. That ball must have just bounced in the end zone or hit the end line. That was really close to being inside the 1. 2 wideouts to the near side of the field. They're going to hand off to Reese. He's held up at the line of scrimmage, and the Papermakers converge and hold him to a 5-yard gain. 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. 12-7 is your score in favor of the Lodi Blue Devils. Their first trip ever to Nekoosa. It'd be nice if we could make it a little extra long ride home tonight. The handoff to Reese. He's going to be stopped short of a 1st down. But he does get outside the 25 anyway. 3rd down and about 3 yards to go. He's always a danger to break one. He's quick and he's slippery. He's got good size. He's about 190 pounds, I think, but he's pretty quick, elusive. Siegler to the near side, Tanner to the far side. I formation in the backfield. Max got the snap, but there are whistles. That's going to be against Lodi. It's like, I think, delay a game. 5 yards. That's going to make it 3rd and about 8 now. After the delay a game penalty. It's about 3rd and 7 actually, according to the marker. Ball's inside the 25 at the 23-yard line. Quarterback's back to pass. He's going deep. Deep. It's caught. That's Tanner. He's going to be stopped at the 10. Adam Smith, the defender, got turned around on the play. That allowed Tanner to get separation. And it's a 1st and 10 now. A huge gainer. Big play. There's a handoff to Reese. He drops the ball. The Papermakers get it. I think that was Steffenhagen, not Reese. Looks like it was covered by Goodness. All right, Papermakers get it back. Steffenhagen, the fullback, drops the ball untouched.
Another bullet guy.
Papermakers got it back now, 1st and 10. They're deep in their own territory at the 15. Best game of the year so far that we've seen anybody play. Most exciting. Kurt's got the ball. He's going back to pass. He's got Goodness. It's caught though. Instead, he goes after number 80. Yep, bends the whistling. Huge gainer. Papermakers turn to turn in a huge gainer. That moves the ball out from the shadow of their goalpost now, and they're all the way out to the 39-yard line in one play. I thought he was looking for Goodness. He had Goodness, but he went for Zwissland instead. Drilled it right into numbers. It's a pickup of about 3, maybe 4. It's Jared Arndt with the ball. He's going to come out, and they're going to send in number 75 again in the backfield. Seth Sweeney, 240-pound tackle. And it looks like he's going to line up. He's going to line up in the backfield when we play, but there's a timeout on the field right now. Was that called by Lodi? It'd almost have to be. Nekoosa's moving the ball. Papermakers looking good tonight, folks. They're moving the ball through the air. They're giving Kerr some protection, and he's just drilling his receivers. And that opens up the ground game, and that gives Jared Arndt some time to run. We haven't seen Frisch on an end around for a while since the first quarter, I don't think. They haven't really had to. Maybe we'll see that again before the game's over. We had a bleeding official on the field. Maybe that's why they called timeout. He had to come to the sideline and get a bandage. That must have been what the timeout was for. Tough game. Even the officials are bleeding. Wishbone backfield. Going to be about a 2-yard gain on the play. There's a penalty flag. I think they're going to call on Nekoosa for a late hit or unsportsmanlike conduct. I seen a guy on the other side of the field get tipped over after the whistle. Well, that'll be a major penalty. I'm sure it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Nekoosa. I think that was just a little over-exuberance on the Papermakers' part there. I don't think there was any intent there to really hurt anybody, but it was after the whistle.
At this time, grab a hold of those red and 50-50 tickets. We do have a winner. The winning number is 3-4-8.
Ball's at the 44-yard line. Now that'll probably be a 15-yarder. Ouch. And we expect to see an unsportsmanlike conduct call, I guess. Personal foul, whatever they call it. personal foul, I guess. It's going to be a third down, but it's going to be third down and 20 yards to go after a 15-yard penalty. No loss of down on the play. Hurst back to pass. He's looking. That play took a little too long to develop. He was looking out here for either Goodness or Frisch. But they're running their routes just a little too long. Hurst is looking for him, but they're not looking back. So it's going to be fourth down now and 28 or 9 yards to go. They're way back at the 21. And they were at the 45 at one time. They had a 3rd and 5. Now they got a 4th and 29. Steve Sainsbury's on the field. He's going to have to leave at least for a play. Muscle cramp, it looked like. Now we need a good punt here by Frisch. He needs to boom another 50-yarder from the line of scrimmage. Pulling them back at about their own 35-yard line. Good snap. Oh, it gets a high, short kick. Lands at the 40. It'll be down at about the 46 or 7. Lodi will take over in pretty good field position.
46-yard line of information.
Costly penalty on Nekoosa that time, a big 15-yarder.
Snuffed out a good drive.
Went from 3rd and 5 to 3rd and 20. Now the defense has got to stiffen up. Minute 16 left in the third quarter. They're only down by 5 to this high-powered Lodi offense. Mack takes the ball, fakes a handoff, wants to pass. Got a man wide open. That's Stefan Hagen, the fullback. He was wide open at the 30-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
First down.
1 minute left in the quarter. Siegler to the near side. Mays to the far side. Here's a handoff to Reese. He gets hit in the backfield by number 80, Benza Whistling. 6'3", 185-pound senior end, defensive end. It's going to be second down and 10 yards to go. Clock's winding down here in the third quarter. They split their wide receivers, one on each side. Again, that's their base formation. Here's a handoff to Reese. He gets through a hole. He's down inside the 20. He's short of a first down. They might measure. Timeout, Lodi. With 14 seconds left in the quarter, they call a timeout. Lodi is one of the favorites in the conference this year. They travel, well, they're home next week, and they play Westfield. We mentioned Nekoosa's at Mauston, Poinette's at Adams, and the Dells has a non-conference game next week against Marshall. And I think, as Marshall, I might think it's a Milwaukee school. I'm not sure, though. Just a guess.
Congratulations.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line. 14 seconds left in the third quarter. The Lodi Blue Devils lead this game 12-7. Steffenhagen and Reese in the I formation behind Mack. Takes the snap, hands off to Reese. He gets outside a block by Steffenhagen. Tries to cut it upfield. He gets down to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And it looks like DeMar's on the tackle, I think. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Score here from Holland Field after 3 quarters of play as the Lodi Blue Devils 12 and the Nekoosa Papermakers 7. Stay tuned as we start the final 12 minutes of what's been a pretty exciting football game. Papermakers have played these Blue Devils pretty even up. I don't think Lodi expected this game to be this close right now. If the Papermakers can find a way to keep them out of the end zone, I don't think Lodi's the kind of team with their high-powered offense they'll even try a field goal. They don't get many games where they're only leading by 5 points in the fourth quarter, though, so nobody really knows what they'll do. Least of all me. Okay, Siegler comes to the near side, Mays to the far side. There's maybe too much time. Somebody moved. Probably it's going to be a 5-yarder against somebody, and it looks like it's going to be Lodi. That wipes out their gain on first down. That'll make it 2nd and 10. Second and 9. Ball's at about the 17-yard line. 18 maybe. There's a fake handoff. Incomplete. Quick pass intended for Mike Steffenhagen, the fullback. And that was a quick pass. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 9. Big 3rd down. Nekoosa trails by 5. If they can stop Lodi here, that'll be huge for them. Reese hasn't got the ball for a while. They're not going to give it to him this time either. They're going to try another pass in the flat for Steffenhagen, but he tripped on some grass out there and fell down. So it'll be incomplete and 4th down. Saplina's going to come on to kick. They will try a field goal. They're not comfortable with a 5-point lead. He's going to try a field goal from, what is that, the 25? It'll be a 35-yarder if it's good. Snaps down, kicks up. It's going to be wide and short. No good. A 25-yard field goal with 11:46 left to go in the game is wide and short. Papermakers hold. That was a big series for Nekoosa. They were down inside the 15 at one time. Penalty pushed them back to the 19, and that's where their drive stalled. Papermakers take over. Ball's on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10. Man in motion, that's Frisch. Here's that end play. I haven't seen that for a while. He's going to pick up about 8 or 9. That's the play we mentioned a little earlier we hadn't seen for a while. Since the first quarter, I think. Picks up 9 yards on the play. 2nd down and 1. Frisch adds a dimension to this Nekoosa offense, namely speed, that you normally don't associate with their backfield. Nekoosa's known as a 3-yard and a cloud of dust team a lot. There's a handoff again. That's going to be stopped for no gain if he's lucky. That was Matt Goodness. A little counter play or misdirection. It's 3rd and 9. Now it's a big 3rd down for the Nekoosa offense. Clock's running. Papermakers got to get a play in. They don't need a delay a game here. Voigt's over the ball. Kirst is under him. 2 men in the backfield. Here's a handoff straight ahead to Jared Arndt. Gets a 1st down and more. Crosses a 30-yard line. Luke Frisch, we're told that was bowling ahead. Look. Good power run by Luke. He's in the, it's like that wishbone backfield. That's Frisch again. Frisch picks up about 4, maybe 5. Frisch is over 160 pounds. Picks up 4 on the play. 2nd down and 6. Ball's on the 37. Frisch again for the 3rd time in a row. He almost pops it, but he got met by Jacob Saplina. Once he got through that line, looks like he had some room, but Saplina filled in nicely. 3rd down and 4. Picked up 2. Ball's on the 40. I hate to say it, but it's another big 3rd down. Keep this drive alive. Try to get the go-ahead score. Quarterback's back to pass. Nobody's looking. DeMars is running a different route. Then apparently Kirst called. Little mix-up there. It's going to be a 4th down now. I think that was intended for DeMars. Okay, Frisch. Now we need a boomer here. Oh, now he's going to have to pressure on the outside. Got pressure from number 10 on that play. That was Joe Carls, the outside rusher. Looks like he got by Jared Arndt. So instead of getting the ball in their own territory, Lodi takes over with pretty good field possession inside the Nekoosa 30. Nekoosa's going to call a timeout. Looks like once again the Papermaker defense is going to be called upon to stop a Lodi possession deep in their own territory. They did it just a couple minutes ago and forced Lodi into a field goal situation, which they missed. Now they're going to have to do it again. This Papermaker team is vastly improved from 2 weeks ago when we saw them last.
Clearly.
They've cut down on penalties. They've improved their execution. They look like a whole different football team. They look good, real good tonight. Yeah, suck it up one more time though on defense. Here's a pitch out to Reese. He's got some room out there. Cuts it in. Spins around down to about the 10-yard line.
First down.
Hard to keep Andy Reese in check all night.
The first in on the stop.
First and goal, it looks like, on about the 9-yard line. Now we got whistles. Referee timeout. Jesse Kauf looks like he's got some equipment problems with his helmet. We see that quite a bit. He's going to be replaced by Jake Karstensen. He'll take over at middle linebacker now. 8:34 left to go in the game. Hand off to Reese. He's hit and dropped. He's not going to get in the end zone, but he gets down to about the 6, it looks like.
Matt Goodness in on the stop. Second down.
Tanner the wide out to the near side of the field. Everybody else is in tight. There's a handoff to Reese. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Spins ahead for a touchdown. 6-yard touchdown run by Andy Reese. Comes at the 7:51 mark in the fourth quarter. Good piece of running there by Andy Reese. He broke a couple, 3 tackles to get in there. Makes the score 18-7 now in favor of Lodi. They'll go for 2. They sent Tanner out to the far side of the field. He's their lone wide out. They tried, oh yeah, good defense. That was intended for number 10. Is that Carl's? Yep. Defense was provided by, it looked like, number 87, Dan DeMars. The score remains 18-7. We still have 7:51 left to go in the game. It's not over yet. All the scoring up till now has been the second quarter. The first and third quarters were scoreless tonight. Number 51, Lochner, will be kicking off for the Blue Devils. Ball is going to be teed up at the 40. Goodness and Arndt. Now, Lochner hasn't had a decent kick all night. They tried an onside kick once, and he kicked one out of bounds. We'll see what happens. Well, he tries to kick this one deep, but it's heading for out of bounds. Instead, it's caught by Arndt. He's going up the sideline. About the 30-yard line. He's hit high and knocked out of bounds. Papermakers will take over first and 10. It looks like about the 33-yard line.
34-yard line where the Papermakers will take over first and 10.
They trail by 11.
27 over Westfield, 0 at the halftime. Abbotsford, 39. Assumption, 0 at the halftime.
2 wideouts to the near side of the field for the Papermakers. Curse is rolling out. He's got DeMars. Almost gets away from number 40, but he's got plenty for a first down. Tackled on the play by Brandon Angel. But he's got a first down. Just shy of the 45-yard line. If he could have got away from him, he had a lot of open field ahead of him. Curse back to pass again. He's got time again. This time he throws over DeMar's head. Incomplete.
Pass intended for Dan DeMar. It's complete. We bring up the second down.
He's 2nd and 10. Just under 7.5 minutes left in the game. Papermakers trail by 11. Giving Lodi all they could handle tonight. It's not over yet, folks. Matt Tuttle's in the game now at a wing back. Pass intended for Arndt is just out of his outstretched hands. Falls incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd and 10. Tuttle's in the game, replacing Tuttle. I mean, goodness. Curse looking to pass. He's got pressure. He fumbles. Picked up by 54. He could run it in. That's a touchdown for Lodi. A 38-yard fumble recovery. At the 7-11 mark, 40 seconds after their last score. Two scores late in the 4th quarter here by Lodi now. Saplina's going to try another extra point. There's timeout on the field. Timeout Lodi. Costly fumble for Nekoosa. Curse tried to get that ball off, but he had a little too much pressure. Papermaker's done a pretty good job tonight of protecting Doug Kirst. Overall, Lodi didn't have enough players on the field that time. They only had 10, so they had to call a timeout to get a little more, some more personnel in the game. Now they're set to try the extra point. That'll be Jacob Saplina, I believe, will be the kicker. And Joe Carls will be the holder. There's a snap. A kick. It's long enough. It's good. 25-7 is the score now in favor of Lodi.
25-7 in favor of Lodi.
7-11 left to go in the game. Papermakers get the ball back. They complete a few passes. They can still score. They might not be able to score enough to win this late in the game, but overall, they got to feel pretty good about the way they played tonight. Big running play. That went for a touchdown. The fumble recovery that went for a touchdown. Can eliminate them kind of mistakes and big plays. It's a whole different ball game. Coming down to Arndt. Takes it at the 15-yard line. Heads upfield. He's knocked down at the 25. Papermakers will take over there, 1st and 10.
25-yard line.
This was a 5-point game midway through the 4th quarter. Lodi scored a couple of quick touchdowns now to open up the lead a little bit. straight ahead. Might have picked up a yard. It's going to be second down and 10 yet. No gain on the play. Six and a half minutes left to go. DeMar splits wide to the far side of the field, the lone wide out for the Papers. Hurst is back to pass. He's looking for him. He's got him. He's hit immediately, and he'll be knocked down for a loss back at about the 20-yard line. Third down now and about 13 yards to go. Matt Tuttle in the game now for Matt Goodness. He'll line up as a wing on the near side of the field. Actually split out a little bit now, almost like a flanker. Hurst back to pass. His arm is hit as he tries to throw the ball. He's hit by number 3 from Lodi. That'd be Nekoosa. They'll bring up a fourth down now and 13 yards to go, and the Papermakers will be forced to punt. Back awaiting this kick will be number 20, Jacob Saplina. He'll be at about the 41-yard line. See if Nekoosa can keep him off a Frisch long enough to get this kick away. They do, and he gets one off. Caught at the 42-yard by Saplina. He's at the 50. Breaks a tackle at the 50. Runs into his own man. And he's brought down by Frisch at the 34-yard line. First and 10 Lodi. 5:24 left in the game.
35-yard line. Lodi will take over first and 10.
Papermaker defense got to play tough. Now you can't win the game. There's no sense to let down and give them a couple of easy touchdowns. Got to keep in there and suck it up and keep sticking it to them like they have all night. Here's a pitch out to Reese. He drops the ball. Then he's fallen on by number 31, Matt Goodness. So there'll be a loss on the play. Negative yardage for Andy Reese. Second down and almost 15 now. Hand off again to Reese. He gets through the line. Stopped short of a first down though, but he picks up about 13 or 14 yards. A little quick opener. As we mentioned numerous times tonight, he doesn't need much of a hole to get going. They'll give him a first down on that play inside the 25-yard line. The pitch out to Reese. Stiff arms Goodness. And then he's hit and brought down by number 3 for the Papermakers. Adam Smith. Senior defensive back. Picks up about 5 yards on the play. It'll be a second down. 4 minutes left in the game. Papermakers trail 25-7. Was a close game up till the 7-minute mark. Here's a handoff again to Reese. He's untouched. He'll be untouched 18 yards into the end zone. Nobody laid a hand on him on that play. 3:52 left in the game. Makes the score 31-7 pending the extra point. Three touchdowns in 4 minutes by Lodi. Kicks up. Kick is good. 32-7. 5-point game with 7:51 left in the game, and in the last 4 minutes, Lodi scored 3 touchdowns to take a commanding 32-7 lead. This score is going to be kind of lopsided, but this game wasn't. Okay, Lochner's getting ready to kick off. Goodness and Arndt await the kick. Here's the boot. Comes down to Arndt at the 21-yard line. He's hit hard and dropped at the 35. Papermakers take over, 1st and 10. There's a snap. Frisch gets up to about the 36-yard line. Second down and 9. Two wide outs to the far side of the field. Hurst back to pass. Quick pass to 25. That's Tuttle. He's going to get up to the 40. It's going to be 3rd down, about 6. Just under 3 minutes left in the game. Hurst back to pass, swings one out to Frisch. Frisch cuts it inside. He's going to get across the 50 down to about the 44-yard line before he's brought down. There's a flag on the play. Frisch is slow getting up. Flag was thrown near the tackle. We're going to march off some more yardage. It's going to be against Nekoosa, I think. After the play, it's going to be 10 yards. Going to be a block in the back against the Papermakers. That's a 10-yard penalty. It's 1st and 10. .226 left in the game. There's a man in motion out here, Frisch. Hurst is under pressure. He had Frisch open, but he had to throw that ball a little short. He had some pressure on him. Frisch was open at about the 48.
That's the second down for the Papermakers.
Be second down and 10 now. Papermakers at their own 47-yard line. Goodness, and looks like Frisch split out on the far side of the field. Kirsch throws one intended for Goodness. It's incomplete. Goodness had it and dropped it. So it's going to be a 3rd and 10. Papermakers got 2 away games coming up, Boston and Tomahawk in the next 2 weeks before they come home again. Flag on the play. That'll be against Nekoosa, I think. I'm pretty sure anyway.
Flag on the play.
5 yards.
We'd like to invite you all back to on field here.
It's a procedure penalty.
Which will be homecoming for the Papermakers.
3rd down and 15.
We will be playing Westfield that evening.
Papermakers' next home game will be homecoming. Well, we'll talk about that after this play. There's Kirst back to pass. Complete the Frisch. He's got 2 guys on him, and down he goes. That'll bring up a 4th down. About homecoming this year, all 4 high schools in the area have homecoming on the same weekend. So if you're a restaurateur or a florist, be advised. And if you're a young man that wants to take your date out for supper, I wouldn't hesitate to make reservations, because all 4 high schools have homecoming the same weekend this year. And that's 3 weeks from tonight, so just so you know. Here's Frisch going to punt from the 25. Gets a good snap. Gets a kickoff. It's going to come down inside the 30 at Saplina. Runs it back upfield, breaks a tackle. Is going to be held up and stopped at about the 43-yard line. 1:18 left in the game. Lodi leads 32-7, and they have the ball.
Stop for the Papermakers. Lodi will take over. 1st and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line.
Saplina's in the backfield now. In place of Reese. They're going to pitch out to Saplina. He's got the corner. He's going to be knocked down inside the 40 by DeMars. That'll be enough for a 1st down. Clock stops while they move the chains. There's a pitch out to Saplina on the other side. He's going to pick up 10 yards. He's going to be dropped by number 55, Jesse Kauth. He's short of a 1st down by a yard. 39 seconds left in the game. He'll probably pitch out again to Saplina. He comes around this side again. Going to be tackled inside the 20. They'll stop the clock again while they move the chains. 26 seconds left in the game. Well, they've pitched out 3 times to Saplina. Let's see what they do now. They lead by 25 in the 4th quarter. 13 seconds left. They're going to hand off to Steppenhagen. Straight ahead. That should be the last play of the game. 2 seconds, 1. That's the game, folks. Final score from Holland Field, 32 for Lodi, 7 for Nekoosa, but it was a lot closer game than the final score would indicate. We'll recap the scoring for you real quickly here. There was no scoring in the first quarter tonight. Lodi drew first blood at 9:16 on an 84-yard touchdown run by Andy Reese. They scored again at the 5:14 mark of the second quarter on a 1-yard run by Andy Reese. Both extra points attempt failed. Score was 12-0. Nekoosa scored with 3:14 left in the half on a 25-yard pass to DeMars from Kirst. They made the extra point. That made it 12-7 at halftime. There was no scoring in the third quarter. There was no scoring halfway through the fourth quarter. We still had a 5-point game. And then at that point, Lodi scored 3 touchdowns within a 4-minute span on a 6-yard run by Andy Reese, a 38-yard fumble recovery, and another 18-yard